All right, so I'm going to be talking about the time when me and my family went out to Boston, kind of near like the East Coast. We went on an East Coast trip. We went to Boston, New York, Colorado, and Maine. So this video, it's going to be one video, but it has 4 parts into it. This is going to be the first part, which is Maine. So to give some context, this is around 5 years ago. We had taken a red eye, which was not ideal, but it was the only way to get there. So we went there, and as you guys can see, I have some pictures of what we did. I just took some pictures outside of the apartment, just kind of like some views that we had. This is some views of downtown Portland right over there. Really nice. We went kind of near the fall, so it was still green out, but there was starting to be some leaf changes. And then we actually went on a little lobster tour, and as you guys can see, we have kind of just like some just general pictures of lobsters in the boats that they would get. So you would basically be on this boat. We went on this boat that was like a tour, and you would fish for lobster, but like they'd have you like fish for only like certain lobster. Like you couldn't fish for like the young lobster. Like you had to happen at like a certain age range. I forget what the tour is called, but it's somewhere in Portland, and I would really recommend it if you guys are into that kind of stuff, or if you just kind of want to get out on like East Coast water. It was really nice. And then after that, we also they have a lot of lobster shops there. So we had basically like the lobster that we caught. Somehow the place had worked with a restaurant. I don't know the name of the restaurant either, but they made these lobster rolls for you, and they were really good. I would highly recommend it. Well worth the money. But yeah, that was our main. All right, so now we're on the Boston part of the trip. So what we did first was we were actually drove down from Portland to Boston, which is probably about an hour or 2 drive. We stopped into New Hampshire just to get some coffee, like kind of like a breakfast thing. Had some breakfast there early in the morning. It was pretty nice out there actually. And then so then we went to Boston. And we went to kind of like this place. I don't know what it's called, but it's in downtown Boston. It's like near the Boston Harbor. And it was basically like this like almost like little tea shop where they had these really nice like tables and like a really nice view. And you could even see like they even had they call them shut the box. So it's basically like this game where like you have to like roll some die, and then like the person has to like almost like lift up like the panels of the box. I don't know it fully, to be honest. If anyone does in the comments, let me know. But yeah, we played that. That was actually pretty fun, and that was actually our first time playing it, and I've been playing it ever since. It's actually pretty nice. And then we also have some more pictures of downtown Boston here, just kind of like a view of the harbor. A lot of boats out there, kind of like older architecture, but it's a really nice style of architecture, I think. You can see like the boathouses and kind of like some of the skyscrapers. And yeah, it was a really nice time in Boston. All right, so now we're on to the New York part of the trip. So yeah, from Boston, I think we took a flight. I can't remember exactly how I got to New York. I think we just drove down actually because it was so close. Yeah, we drove down to New York and we got there, and New York is huge. I never realized how big it is. Like you always see these pictures showing that it's big, but then once you're in it, it just feels like giant. There's people everywhere. Every street you're on, there's always some people. And the skyscrapers are huge. Like they're literally like giants, like sticking up in the sky almost. But yeah, that was just kind of the overall impression of New York. Yeah, we did actually quite a bit there. So we met up with some other family there, and someone had a great idea to take us to Liberty Island, which is kind of like near New York, New Jersey, kind of the border-ish. But they took us like by a boat. So it was another tour, but it was this time a boat tour, which is actually awesome. I have a picture of it here. But yeah, they have us in these lime green boats just going to Liberty Island. It was probably not too far out, maybe like 20 minutes, maybe it was faster. Felt like 20. But yeah, it was so cool seeing this, basically the island. We didn't go on it, but we just saw it, and it was just amazing. Like the whole boat ride was so much fun, and then the island was just so cool seeing it. Even though it wasn't up close, it's still cool. I would highly recommend it. I also don't know the name of the tour place that does it, but it was really good. And then we went to Central Park. I don't have any pictures of it. This is just a picture of something I found online, but this is kind of what it looks like. So yeah, we went to Central Park over there. We did another tour. It was kind of on like a horse and buggy kind of thing. So yeah, some guy was taking us around there. I don't know where you can find the tours on Central Park either, but it was really good. So you got to see like, all Central Park, kind of the trees and the bridges, and just some nice history over there. Apparently they told us that, a little bit of history here, that New York would bring over some soil from New Jersey because New York is actually an island. And at that time, I had no idea that it was. So yeah, they literally like built Central Park from the ground and up, and it's huge. Like you can see it on maps and everything. Yeah, I'd really recommend going there, especially probably in the fall and winter when it's been really nice out there. I didn't go at that time, but it looks really nice from what I've seen on the pictures. And then we also went to this museum. It was kind of like a museum of natural history, I think it's what it's called. Really nice over there. They had some buildings and like some model replicas. Here in this picture they have like a replica of like, I think it's the Empire State Building, although I could be wrong. And then they also had like some dinosaur times, like they had like some 3D pictures, it's like some dinosaurs coming out basically at you. And then they show like the history of New York with some guys like basically on like these construction, almost like construction planes, like building up the towers. It's awesome over there. And then we went to this museum. I mean, not museum. It was this restaurant. Sorry, not restaurant. It was like the kind of like I think it's near Rockefeller Center. It was basically this toy shop. I don't know the name of it as well, but yeah, they had like this giant piano inside, a bunch of other toys. And I got like a little picture of it outside, but yeah, they had the toys. And then later on, I think we ended up going to some nice restaurant. I think it was an Italian restaurant, but there's so many Italian restaurants in New York. I can't remember the name of it as well, but yeah, it was really good. I would recommend it if I knew the name of it. But we went to a souvenir shop kind of at the end. And yeah, I'd say the New York experience was really good. It's definitely crowded, but I think it's good, especially if you have like a plan of what you're doing, and then if you have like some tour guides who know the place inside and out, then it's real good. All right, so now we're on to the Colorado trip. So this was actually done the same time at the East Coast one, the same time that we did Maine, Boston, and New York. So this wasn't actually planned, but once we were taking our flight home, we had a flight that connected at Colorado and stopped off there. So we actually decided to go stop off at Colorado and basically like spend a day or two there. And there was so much that we did in that only those days. I think it was only one day actually. We did a ton of stuff, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what we did. So first off, we went to a hike. This is kind of in Boulder. I don't know the name of the hike either. But yeah, we went to this hike place. It was really nice up there. Great views. And we went to kind of like this museum, which I have a picture of here with like a stuffed deer. And they just had all these like animals on display. Also like kind of like saying some info about the animals. And then I kind of have a picture of the outside too. I made like this little like peace sign out of rocks. Thought that was pretty cool. Kind of when we were on the hike, I did that right after that. And then we went downtown later on to downtown Boulder. So it's really nice. It's this really nice downtown. Yeah, it's got great nightlife. It's not like super crowded or anything, so it felt really different compared to the East Coast. Completely different feel, but it was really nice. They had some great shops in there, tons of things to do. And yeah, I kind of have a picture of it here, but it's just kind of seeing what it looks like. So yeah, it just felt way different than New York, but it was kind of a nice contrast at the end. And then I think the last thing we did before we took our flight was, this was either the next day. I think this is the next day. Yeah, so this is early in the morning, I'm pretty sure. We went to the world's, I think it's the largest comic book store or place that has the most comics in it. It was Mile High Comics. Personally, I do think there are better stores out there, But I think if you want to have like a really big feel for things, then Mile High is definitely your place. Really wide selection of things. They weren't really sorted though, but if you guys are willing to like take the time to sort through the comics and just find things that look good to you, I would definitely recommend it. It's also just a nice place to stop off, even if you don't buy anything, just to see how big it is. But yeah, that was our Colorado trip. So yeah, we did a lot in those day to 2 days that we were there. And yeah, that was actually our entire East Coast and Colorado trip. So hope you guys liked the video. It's, the first one on this channel. I know it might not be perfect. I'm just starting off. But yeah, I hope it was suspenseful for you guys. And I hope you liked it. If you like it, subscribe, give a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments, any suggestions, any comments, anything like that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. The suspense continues.